Jet, go open the front door. Thank you.
Back, baby.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Ooh, you know you need ya. Ooh, you know you need ya.
Right here, where we, right here is where we.
And Mace did come back with a banger.
That was fire, for sure.
It was different though. The damn show wasn't him shining with watches with Diddy. All right, man. We welcome back to the Saturday morning college football edition of the Never Made It podcast. It's championship week. Boy, y'all know what time it is, man. We got sports bets for y'all. We got sports talk for y'all. Probably some little bit of sports debate sprinkled in there. Y'all know who the usual characters are. I'm your boy D Will, aka Magic Don Juan with the slips, Mr. Double Up. Per usual, I got my man's hailing out of Warren, Ohio, living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Eagles fan, the Lakers fan, the Ohio State Buckeyes fan, Timothy Delgado. Good morning, what up?
What's good, brother? What's good, man? How y'all doing, man?
What up, man?
Good morning, bro.
Beautiful football weather Saturday out there, man. You can't beat it, man. This is I could feel it in the air. You know what I'm saying? As my man Beans would say, man, I can feel it in the air. So, and got my brother with us, man. You know what I mean, Mr. Bayless. What's the word, man? What's the word?
Conference championship football, fellas. That's what we've been waiting for.
Yes,
You
sir.
They playing for hardware now.
Whew, for the hardware.
Yeah.
Is your teams there that you picked? I know we had a lot of picks. Remember that day we was on campus?
Yeah.
On East campus. We picked teams.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. I got 2 out of 4 there, so I had to make.
I don't see no Georgia Tech there though. That's
Georgia Tech ain't there. They messed it up.
I got one.
Ole Miss should be there, but you know that's a debate for another time.
I got one.
One of them.
Yeah, I took Ohio State. I took Oklahoma. I took Cincinnati out of the Big 12, and I believe I took Miami out of ACC.
Yeah. I took Miami out the ACC too, but my other 3 picks are there: Texas Tech, Alabama, Ohio State.
You're right.
I mean, Ohio State was unanimous, but everybody. I'm surprised I'm the only one that had Alabama. I'm probably gonna be the only one that got Alabama today, but hey, nonetheless, you know, I digress. Texas Tech though, they've been balling too all year.
Yeah, they have.
Here's the thing, though. Here's my question, or not a question, more of a statement. But if you were to tell me that at the beginning of the year, if you would have told me that Virginia and Duke would represent the ACC,
bro, the ACC. It fell on its face, bro. That conference fell on its face this year.
What?
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
Flat. But we definitely gonna get into all of that, man. That's plenty of good talk. Before we get into these bets, per usual, this episode is brought to you by the Cleaning Business Coaching Book, your step-by-step guide to building a profitable cleaning business. Inside, you'll learn how to price your services, attract quality clients, and set up systems that actually work. Written by a successful cleaning business owner, this book gives you the real blueprint, no fluff. Whether you're just starting out or scaling up, it's a must read. Grab your copy today. The link is in the description. She also has planners, you know, so whether you're an entrepreneur or not, you can plan daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, maybe even by the decade. Trust me, get the Cleaning Business Coaching Book and get your life together for you entrepreneurs out there, all right? But yeah, man, we ain't gonna waste no time because we got a lot of talk. I'm sure we're gonna get off course a lot today because there's a lot going on. But we're gonna start with the early game. All right. We got BYU at a neutral site. I'm not sure where this game is played at. I'm sure one of y'all can tell me. The Big 12 championship. Anybody know where it's played at?
In Arlington.
Okay. I knew it was gonna be somewhere Dallas-y.
Yeah, AT&T.
Texas-y, yeah. But we got BYU number 11. They 11-1 versus number 4 Texas Tech. They're also 11-1. Texas Tech is 12.5 point favorites, or you can get BYU for plus 390 on the money line. All right. Texas Tech already beat BYU earlier in the season, 29-7, but that was at Texas Tech. This is at a neutral site. So, and Bayless, let me hear about these Road Warrior Cougars.
I went ahead and earlier this year I had Texas Tech winning the Big 12. I still have Texas Tech winning the Big 12. Like you said when we started, they've been balling.
Mhm.
They already beat BYU and it wasn't a close game. You know what I mean? I think if you move it to a neutral site, you know, it might get a little closer, but winning by as much as they did, even getting closer, you still losing. You know what I mean? Texas Tech,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like they're just the clear cut best team in the Big 12, and they're going to handle their business today. On my ticket, I took Texas Tech money line. I haven't really followed them that much this year as far as knowing the players, but you know, every time you look up, Texas Tech is winning. So, and respect to BYU, but they're not on the same level. I got Texas Tech money line.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go first, Tim, just because I'm going right back at him. I got Texas Tech winning the game, but on my ticket, I got BYU, and I teased it up to plus 16.5. I think that neutral site will mean something. BYU, they they play in the same conference as Texas Tech, obviously, so they're playing the same teams. Texas Tech lost to Arizona State. That's their only loss, respectfully. And I mean, if you want to be honest, then technically BYU has no bad losses. Then if their only loss is to Texas Tech, does that make sense? So
Mhm.
I think that 29-7 was a not an aberration. Like I think Texas Tech is clearly the better team, but I don't think they're just gonna walk off. They put a BYU gets in the 20s today, or at least 17 points. They're gonna make it respectable. They've been a respectable team all season.
I
They
feel
ain't gonna,
you.
so and then this is not on the road. This is at a neutral site, so
Right.
it's not gonna just be a bunch of. It probably will be mostly Texas fans, Texas Tech fans there, if any, but it could be a mixture because it's Texas Tech, and I'm not from Texas, so I can't speak for how the fan base is down there. So I won't speak for it. So I don't know what it's like. But I would imagine that there's not as many of them as there are University of Texas fans. Like I don't think they would like if it was University of Texas, I think they would take it over.
I feel you.
I don't think Texas Tech fans is gonna take over that stadium. I think BYU will be able to play and just keep it closer. I got like I said, plus 16.5 ain't saying much for
Right.
them. I
Right.
still they can lose by 2 touchdowns and I'll still be happy. So
Exactly. No, I feel you
but yeah, I just
100%.
wanted to go the other way, just in case they bring their A game today, because I expect them to, and it's hard to beat a team twice in college football.
It's very no, that's
And we put a
facts.
lot of stock in those home field advantages, and that's what Texas Tech had the first time.
Right, right. No, I agree with you 100%. And when you said that, I was going to remind you when me and you went to the Ohio State versus Texas game, how many Texas fans was at the Horseshoe. But
They
like
were
you
at the
said,
game, bro, and that's all the way from
I
Texas.
know, but it's like you said though, that's the University of Texas. Like they will travel. I don't know
Right.
about Texas Tech, but here's the thing: Texas Tech really ain't got to travel. They're playing in Texas. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's true. That's why I said
Yeah.
I'm not gonna speak on Texas because I don't know what it's like. I'm not from Texas. I don't know what
Right.
that's just like. They might go down there and just fucking Texas Tech might come out to play. Like I don't,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
fans might really come out. So I don't know, man.
For sure.
I'm still gonna take BYU plus 16.5 though.
I feel you. What you got, Tim?
Uh, we all agree that we like Texas Tech. Excuse me, sorry. We all agree that we got Texas Tech. Where we don't agree is with D at least is that when he said, well, I mean, yeah, where he said that there's not going to be a home field. You know, I absolutely believe it's going to be a home field. Number one, well, for two reasons. The first reason might not mean as much is because Texas, the University of Texas, is not playing today.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, you got this team, you know what I'm saying, representing the pretty much the state itself, you know what I mean, in Dallas Stadium. So whether you're from the university itself, just the state is going to be behind, I'm sure, Texas. You know what I mean? So I absolutely believe this will be a home game for Texas Tech. Okay. And secondly, I think that what happened in the first game is a direct is our direct Lord have mercy, can't get it out.
Yeah.
Yes, inkling. You know what I'm saying of what's going to happen today. I believe Tech. You didn't score until the fourth quarter. Texas Tech, like we said, is the much better team, but you didn't score until the fourth quarter. I have no reason to believe that now, rather regardless of where we play, that you're going to come close. Texas Tech kind of had their way all over the field. They had passing yards, they had running yards that game. And not only that, but that game was a couple games ago. That wasn't long ago. That was less than a month ago.
Okay.
Okay. So Texas Tech had 219 passing yards, no turnovers in the passing game. You had in the running game, you had almost a $150. You know what I mean, with a touchdown. So I have no reason to believe BYU would now come close. You know what I mean? Texas Tech, pretty much, you play your game, stay afloat, you'll be fine, and you'll cruise to this game. I absolutely believe, and you have the state, that entire state, more than just the university. You got the entire state behind you.
See, this is the difference though. BYU fans they're allowed to get a bigger section at this game than they would normally be able to get at a Texas Tech game. This is not like, I understand that it's in Texas, but you think BYU fans ain't coming down here for this too? Like, you think they're not going to come out? Because this is their chance to get to the college football playoff. They don't get these chances every year. So they gonna have some fans there. I'm not saying it's gonna be more than Texas, but I don't think it's gonna be nothing like that road game was going to Texas Tech. No. I don't think they lose. I just don't think they will lose by 22 points again. They lost 29-7. I think they've been scoring points all season. Texas Tech has given up points to teams. BYU is better than some of the teams that Texas Tech has had good games versus.
Yeah.
Because they got like opponents. Like they beat, huh?
My only kickback to that would be is that, like, at least to my logic, my thinking would be is that pretty much the same amount of fans with a team like BYU, right? And I mean, when I say this, I mean no disrespect to them. With a team like BYU, whatever fans that you probably brought from your university or state or Utah, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you brought from there to go to the Texas Tech game, university, is probably the same amount of fans that you would take to Dallas, you know what I'm saying, to Arlington, Texas, to the AT&T Stadium. Only reason why I'm saying that is because BYU ain't a team where that's not a universal. You don't hear BYU fans, you know what I'm saying?
But Utah ain't that far from Texas though, as compared to us. Like, they can travel to Texas for a Big 12 game, a Big 12 championship game. They gonna at least have their whole student base is gonna go to this game. Like, and it's not gonna be a cold game or nothing, so it's not like weather is gonna be a problem. I think the fans that they do have is gonna travel for it. I just don't think it's gonna be a Texas Tech home game. No. I get it, they in Texas. Texas Tech fans is gonna have to show me. I know you said you know a Texas Tech fan at your job. All right, shout out to him. Texas Tech fans across Texas is gonna have to show me. I want to watch. I want to turn that game on and just see, like, damn, this looks like a Texas Tech game. Then if I can see it from the TV at home, then all right, I'll give it to him. Like, all right, this looks like a Texas Tech game. But I got to be able to see, like, is he gonna be able to hear and call his audibles and stuff like he normally would be? I think he will be able to. I don't think it's gonna be like a crazy environment like that.
No, it's not. It's not. You got to think, guys. Like last year, Ohio State played in the Rose Bowl against Oregon. Half of the Rose Bowl stadium was scarlet and gray. Half of it, and that's from Ohio to California.
See, but that's
BYU is going to show up.
But that's what I mean, though. That's why I said when I was going, I said I don't believe, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just don't believe where you said, like, Ohio State fan base is all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Ohio State fan base is everywhere. Mm-hmm. I ain't never met a BYU fan in my life ever. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if if Ohio State was playing in Texas, I'm sure Texas right now got a gang of Ohio State fans that would show up. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, probably live in the state of Texas is what I'm saying. That would show up. You know what I'm saying?
That's because BYU is more of they're closer to being a mid-major. They probably used to be a mid-major for real at a point in time. Like Boise State. You know what I'm saying? They're like on that echelon. And Boise State is a mid-major. Like, they're on that echelon of teams for real. But but if you go out west, again, we're in Midwest, really East Coast. If you go to the west, you'll find hella Brigham Young fans. I guarantee it. We're in a different, you know what I'm saying? You can't compare them to Ohio State. Ohio State is like the Lakers or the fucking Yankees of college football.
Right.
Like BYU is like the fucking Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? You go to Carolina, you're gonna find hella Hornets fans. You feel me? If you
Right.
just go to Montana and Nebraska and just Western states, maybe not Nebraska because they got a cult following, but if you just go to those Western states, like I bet South Dakota and North Dakota got BYU fans. Utah got BYU fans. You know what I'm saying? I bet it's some BYU fans that have moved to Texas that like BYU, but they down there in Texas because it's just a better state to live in. You know what I'm saying? So they got fans probably, but we didn't in their part of the fucking country. Like
And
you
that's
said,
my point, though. That's my point, D. Is that like I'm not
but the
gonna
game
say
is in their part of the country. That's what their game is in where their fan base would be, like right there in their vicinity. It ain't like it's not an Ohio State to Oregon travel. It's just a state down travel. You feel me?
Right.
okay. Utah is only is that close to Texas?
All right, don't make me draw the map in my head, but Utah is way closer to Texas than us. They might be, I think they're in the same time zone. They both in Central Time Zone, and it's just north. That's all. It's like northwest.
I'm thinking like Utah.
It's not directly above it. That's Oklahoma, but Utah's off to the left.
Well, then, in all that, but
Oregon.
back to the score, man. Texas Tech won by more than 20 points the first game. Now, I do think the neutral site's gonna, dumb that down, but you beat a team by 20. You ain't got you got to give me a reason to believe that you'll win. So
For sure.
clean
No,
sweep,
facts.
Texas Tech. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a clean sweep. It's a clean sweep. I'm just making a case for my 16 and a half.
Oh no, I feel you on that. No, I mean that's a safe bet. You know what I mean? For sure.
Because that's just if you believe that BYU it's hard to beat a team twice. Not saying that they're gonna win, but it is hard to beat a team twice. They're gonna just beat them the same way. This is the second best team in the Big 12.
Right.
They're just gonna beat them. If they do, they better make some noise in the playoffs. If they go out there and beat them 48 to 17 or some shit like that, then they better make some noise in the playoffs. Man.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I digress. All right, man. Moving on. We got number 3 Georgia 11-1 versus number 9 Alabama 10-2. Georgia is the favorite by a point and a half, or you can get Alabama on the money line plus 105. I'm rolling with Alabama. They already beat Georgia. I could really just stop there for real. But I mean, hey, they already beat Georgia. It was at the beginning of the season, but shit, Georgia was still Georgia the rest of the year. They didn't lose to nobody else all season. It's the only game they lost all year. They got credible wins on the season. They beat the shit out of Texas 35-10. They beat Ole Miss, speaking about Georgia. They beat Ole Miss 43-35. They went on the road and beat Tennessee in overtime, even though they should have lost that game. Tennessee's kicker, but that's another story. I'm just saying this to say that Alabama beat them. Everybody else couldn't. I don't see why Georgia's the favorite. I mean, I really don't. Alabama blew a game to Florida State at the beginning of the year. We can't judge them by that. That was the first game of the year. We see which direction both teams went. And then Alabama lost a 2-point game to Oklahoma. Let Tim tell it. That's a great loss. So if you scrap the first game of the season and losing to Oklahoma, Alabama has been great this season. They have more good wins than Georgia, in my opinion, because they beat Georgia, for one. That's a good win. They beat Vanderbilt. They beat Missouri. They beat Tennessee. And they only lost by 2 points to Oklahoma. All right? They only lost by 2 points to Oklahoma. They healthy. I like the quarterback better. I mean, both quarterbacks are decent, but I'm rolling with Ty Simpson over Stockton. All right. He threw for 500 more yards. Okay. He threw for 5 more touchdowns and 1 less pick. So I'm rolling with Ty Simpson. I think it's the Alabama passing game versus the Georgia rushing game, honestly.
Right.
And we'll see who wins. That's what it was last time, and we got the field goal. We won. We being Alabama. Bama won at the end. I think they can pull something off similar. On my ticket, though, since they want to put Bama as the underdogs, I got Bama plus 3.5. I teased it up from 1.5 to 3.5, just in case they lose by 3 this time, since they won by 3 last time. I'm done.
Go ahead, Tim.
Alabama. Oh man, and you know what's crazy, Ant? You know what's crazy?
Talk to me.
the motherfucking door closes on their ass today. Ain't no play. I didn't even think. Ain't no playoffs. You rank 17th. You go down today. Ain't
No, he
you
ranked
might
ninth.
not. You scratching this. You need this win just because of the conference championship as is. You need this just for that.
Facts.
Right.
Ooh,
But
oh,
can I jump in real quick? Because I was going to go last because here's my problem, bro. And I mean, we'll get back to our picks, but there's they got to fix this, bro. Because you got Ole Miss, who I think should be in the conference championship. You even throw Oklahoma in there, okay? You throw Texas A&M in there. You got 3 teams ranked ahead of Alabama, right? That are all locks for the playoffs. But Alabama playing in the conference championship. Now, if Alabama loses big, which I don't think they're going to lose big. But if they lose big, Alabama's playing in the conference championship. They will be kicked out of the playoff. Now, if you had Ole Miss playing in the conference championship, they lose. They're going to go down in the rankings, but they're still locked. I think Alabama should be a lock for the playoff. Like you shouldn't lose the conference championship and then be kicked out of the playoffs. You're going to be penalized for playing
For
in the
losing the
conference
conference
championship.
championship. Yeah.
That's crazy. Why not put Ole Miss? They're ranked ahead of them. Why wouldn't Ole Miss be in the conference championship? Alabama's locked.
Versus
Oklahoma's
a team
locked.
that they already beat at that. So
Yeah,
imagine beating Georgia like that. That just, but hey, that's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles sometimes,
that's the
man.
way it
Even in
comes.
our college season, Tim done beat me in the regular season, lost in the playoff.
Crazy,
That Alabama beat Georgia in the regular season. Now that don't mean shit now. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Y'all playing again in the conference championship.
Yep.
So and then Georgia can lose and still gonna get in.
Yeah, they're locked.
Alabama losing, they're out because that loss to Florida State. That's what they get.
Yeah,
That's what you get. Why are you losing to Florida State?
I feel
That's
you.
what you get.
But all right, here's the thing. I'm with you there. My thing is this: they shouldn't be playing in the conference championship. They
But the way the conferences are set up, because Duke is 7-5.
right.
Duke is 7-5, and they about to play for the ACC championship game
Crazy.
because of their conference record. The way this shit is set up, they don't give a fuck about what you that loss to Florida State don't mean nothing. They only lost 1 game in the SEC to
Right.
Oklahoma. They was a top SEC contender. You feel me? It's just and they however the tiebreaker was between them and Ole Miss, it favored them. You feel
Man,
me?
that's
They
crazy.
whatever the
That's,
tiebreaker was, I'm not sure because they both had the same SEC record,
I
didn't they?
know what the tiebreaker is, man. The tiebreaker is the fact that Ole Miss lost to Georgia and Alabama beat Georgia. That's the only reason Alabama's playing in it because Georgia's already in the conference
You're
championship. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So
right. Because
since
they got the best
Alabama
record.
beat them,
Georgia's in there by record, yeah,
exactly,
and
exactly.
they
And
gotta
then
have a tiebreaker, and that's the
man,
tiebreaker.
that's crazy,
And,
bro.
yeah,
But go ahead, Tim. I'm gonna hear you pick, brother. My bad.
oh, you good, you good. I'm sitting here looking. I'm looking at the standings and everything that you guys were sitting there talking about, and absolutely ashamed. Which is also, hold on, I just want to throw a side note. I just want to say this real quick before I get back to my picks. Which is also why I absolutely hate, side note, Notre Dame, because they're sitting at the 10th spot and they're gonna get in because of somebody's going to lose and they're going to rise. But it's absolutely bullshit that they don't get to play in the conference or not have to play in the conference rather and get to be on the. This was exactly my point for situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Now Alabama is about to play. Now I got them losing this game. I'm taking Georgia to win. I'll tell you why here in a second. But if they lose, like you said, they get to get out and they're going to be. It's like you said, getting penalized. They're going to get penalized while other teams get to just sit in the sweet spot and get in. I think that's absolutely bullshit. But so back to the game. I got Georgia winning this game because unlike the last segment with BYU and Texas Tech, this game was much closer than that game. And again, I don't believe Alabama will roll into the state of Georgia. I don't believe they will roll into the state of Georgia and beat them not once but twice. I don't believe that's gonna happen. This game is in Atlanta at the Benz Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, and I don't believe. And you know Georgia, they you know the celebrities and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they
oh, you
go.
ain't got to worry about fan bases. Alabama's fan base is right next door to
But
them.
that's facts though. Now this is a team that definitely will travel because like I said, they are big you facts. That's absolutely facts what you just said. Alabama definitely will be there as well. I agree to that. But I'm because they celebrities, because they be having celebrities that ride for them and shit like that too, though. So it's definitely gonna be a big time game championship, like it always is between these two. But I just don't believe Alabama rolls into the state of Georgia, beats them twice. I believe that game is one of them to where two teams like that, where it's like it's very hard to beat a team like that twice. You know what I'm saying? Very familiar opponent. You've seen them multiple times, sometimes twice a year, like we see now. And I know Alabama slipped away. You scored 24 points in that first half of that first game. You didn't score shit that the rest of the remainder of the game. You didn't score a point. You scored 24 points. Nice. 7 in the first, 17 in the second quarter, and you didn't score nothing the remainder of the game. Now, granted, Georgia only scored 7 points in the second half. It ain't like they put up tremendous amount of points. They only scored once as well. I get it. But still, 24-21 was the total. It was right there, very close.
Who was the home team?
Alabama.
Georgia.
Oh, wait.
No,
They
Georgia.
played at
Georgia was the home
Georgia.
team.
That was in Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Georgia.
Hey, we did what we had to. They did what they had to do to get the job done.
Okay, that's
All
why
right?
they played.
I don't care how they got it done
Makes
versus Georgia. Nobody else did it all year.
No,
You
no.
can put me on it. Ain't nothing wrong. You can put me on it.
Nobody else did it all year.
Right,
All right.
right.
Nobody else did it all year. So they got their 24. That they did what was needed. You the king of that. We did what was needed. Shit with Jalen Hurts, right? They did
Facts.
just what was needed. That's also all they needed was 24 points.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
I think Ty Simpson's the better quarterback. I think that
I would agree.
situationally, he's gonna be. I'm just rolling with him situationally. If it come down to a score, I like him. And again, maybe I didn't take him on the money line. I took him plus 3.5. But
Mhm.
I still think they win the game by 3 again. Like I'll take them for the exact same score, 24-21. Bama, same score, same game, same state, same
Okay.
score, same
Okay.
quarterbacks.
Damn.
Yeah, I think Georgia's going to be a disappointment, man. I think Alabama's going to be their kryptonite for the season.
Well,
Damn.
this game, a lot's on the line, obviously for both teams. I mean, if Georgia wins, they get a first round bye. If Alabama wins, they get a first round bye and are in the playoffs. Possibly a first round bye. It depends on But
It depends, but I can't see
yeah.
them winning the SEC and not getting it.
Exactly.
No
The
fucking way.
SEC championship's going to get a first round bye for sure. I'm rolling with Georgia in this game. This might sound cliche, but coaching. I mean, Kirby Smart is a better coach than Kalen DeBoer, if you ask me.
Oh, no doubt, for sure.
Personal preference, Georgia runs the ball better, obviously. And we all know, I've been saying it all season. Y'all know I love teams that run the ball. And like you said about BYU and Texas Tech, it's hard to beat the same team twice. Now, Georgia ain't just the same team. I don't see Georgia losing to the same team twice in any season. You know what I mean? I see Alabama and Georgia splitting. I mean, that could happen. That happens more often than not. They play each other in regular season, play each other in the championship game. But I don't think Georgia loses to the same team twice. On my ticket, I have them winning by 7 to 12 points, winning margin. But yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a game. I hope. I just don't like the fact that if Alabama loses, they're potentially out. I don't like that. And Tim, to your point about Notre Dame, you don't like that they're not a conference, but they're kind of like almost locked for the playoffs. But it's a catch-22 also because Notre Dame will never get a first round bye ever because they're not in a conference. They'll never play for a conference championship. So if Notre Dame ever goes to the playoffs and wants to win a national championship, they're playing 4 games no matter what. It'll never be a 3-game playoff. It's always going to be a 4-game playoff for them, I believe.
Will they host a home game?
No,
Or
yeah, in the first round they put the potential. Yeah, they hosted a home game last year against Indiana.
they did?
I believe. Yeah, I believe that was in Notre Dame. Yeah. So I mean, they'll get a home game, man. That's big, but still, that first round bye, man, that's important too.
That's better.
Teams
Yeah, that's
love
better. No, facts. I agree.
teams love that. But I'm rolling with Georgia, and if Alabama loses and they're not in the playoffs, I think they're gonna have to take a step back and really look at fixing some things because I don't see how Alabama has the season they had, only team to beat Georgia and potentially won't get in the playoffs. I think that's crazy. And then like we always say too, I'm sorry for being long winded, but they lost
Oh,
to
you good.
Florida. They lost to Florida State the first game of the year. I mean, if you're going to lose, it's best to lose in the first week, bro. They've been on a tear all season ever since losing to Florida State. They dropped one to Oklahoma, but they only lost by 2 points, right?
Yeah, they lost 23-21.
They should be in the playoffs. There should be no question. Really, I mean, I don't want to be long winded, but Ole Miss or A&M should be playing against Georgia just to see who has a first round bye, because all of those SEC teams should be in the playoffs.
Earlier I said 7. I don't know why I said 17 too. Alabama ranked 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Something like, yeah, they ranked 9th, man. But they will be about, if they get blew out, they'll be ranked 17th. But I don't see them getting blew out.
I don't
see
either.
that happen.
Does Georgia still get in if they lose?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, Alabama's gonna have 3 losses. I'm not complaining about Alabama not getting in if they lose. If they lose, they shouldn't get in. They're gonna have 3 losses, and they lost to Florida State at the beginning of the year. That's what really came. If y'all don't lose that game, this would only be y'all's 2nd loss. Y'all would be one of those teams in position to only have 2 losses. But y'all blew that game. You can't blow those games, especially when it's a non-conference game and you know you can still creep into the championship game. This is why that Alabama should be happy that they ran the table and they can still win and get in. Like, you just win and get in, because you blew a game that was non-conference. In the conference, you was damn near flawless, and that's giving you a chance to still get in. You know what I mean? Like, that's because what if they wasn't? What if they was ranked 14th? Then they would want this conference game. Am I right?
That's true. No, that's true.
So that's why the conference is. That's why you need this still the way it is. It sucked this year the way it got set up. But if Alabama was just 5 spots lower, they would be looking at this game, or we would be looking at it completely different. Like, shit, all Alabama got to do is win and they get in. They're 14 sitting right on the outside. It's because they're 9 sitting right on the inside that we're looking at it like that. But it's going to be seasons where this same position is the other way around, where they're sitting 14th, playing in the conference championship game, trying to get in. Like BYU, for example, they're 11. If we know how this college football rankings go, it doesn't go 1 through 12. You rank 1 through 12, but then they talk and debate about who gets in and who doesn't.
Exactly.
So without this game, BYU might be looked at as a weaker team, and maybe somebody, you know what I'm saying, maybe a Notre Dame is going to be over BYU because Notre Dame is Notre Dame, and if BYU win this, they should be over Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this is the opportunity for them to leapfrog Notre Dame and be a higher seed in the playoffs. Notre Dame don't even got a game.
But
it's about to get nasty. Because look, check this out. It's about to get nasty.
Go ahead, because you about to say what I'm about to say. Go ahead.
You got teams like Miami, who's sitting at 12.
Trash.
Who Ant don't like at all.
Trash.
You got Miami sitting at 12. Okay, like I said, Notre Dame at 10, right?
Right.
You got Texas at 13. Okay, so with teams like we picked BYU to lose, Indiana ain't going nowhere. We all picked Ohio, but Indiana ain't going nowhere. Georgia ain't going nowhere. They're gonna drop a few spots, either or. But let's say Alabama lose, right? Now we said the day out, right? So if Alabama lose day out, BYU, we all picked Texas Tech, they would be out. So teams like Miami and Texas, are they sliding up?
It depends on.
I don't think they sliding up. I think who's around, what teams are around them. Because a team behind them could move up. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, you got Vanderbilt at 14, Utah at 15. I mean,
no,
I don't think anybody no lower than that doing nothing.
Nah.
Just remember that 12 spot's gonna be the mid-major. Whether it was North
team too.
Yeah, you have to put them at number 12. Okay. But here's the thing, like you said, if let's say BYU loses, Alabama loses. Now there's a potential that Texas gets into the playoff.
Right, because they can slide to 12 right there, 11.
Exactly.
I think it's a big time potential.
Yeah, there's a potential.
They don't deserve to be there though, man. They don't deserve to be there.
Exactly. So
not over Alabama, no.
That's what I'm saying, bro. How do you put, man? Like, I don't know, man. It's an argument for both sides, but I think this might not make sense. I don't think Alabama should be playing in the conference championship game, but I do think they should be a lock for the playoff. I mean, Texas A&M.
Listen, if we talking about this, bro, I know they know this shit. So
right,
I think if Alabama because Alabama already beat Georgia, so there's no way you're gonna just kill Alabama if they lose to Georgia, and they look decent. Like, they lose the same way they lost, the same way they won, they lose that same way. There's no way the committee is gonna be like, all right, yeah, Texas, who didn't play in the SEC championship game, I'm putting them in over Alabama. There's no way. When I really think about that logic of it, like, yeah, they got 3 losses, but This was the SEC championship game.
Mhm.
I was about to make a. I was getting ready. I was putting my gloves on. I was gonna make when y'all. As soon as y'all said Texas don't deserve to get in, I was gonna put my gloves on and make a strong case for them. Cause you got the loss to Ohio State, who's the best team in the country in my opinion. You got the loss to Georgia, who's top 5 team. But then I see you got the loss to Florida.
Florida on the road in the swamp. You went to the swamp and lost. They don't deserve to get in.
I can't.
They
Yeah.
Hold
don't
on,
deserve to
Tim.
get in,
Tim,
bro.
Tim, hold on real quick though. And I'm this is just for the sake of argument. Well, this is true shit too though. Bro, yeah, they don't deserve to get in with a loss to Florida. Would Alabama with 3 losses deserve to get in with a loss to Florida State?
That was the first game of the year.
If it was, it was,
If Florida State's better than Florida, right?
but they're still
Absolutely.
trash. They're still trash.
Absolutely. Two
But
things can be true.
Florida's but Alabama, you saying if they lose?
Yeah, I'm saying if Alabama loses and they have 3 losses, is their resume really that better than Texas?
No.
Yes.
No.
They got better wins than Texas.
They got, I mean,
They
couple, but it's not.
They
I don't
have
think it's
better
a
wins
wide
than
margin,
Texas.
you know.
No, I'm saying okay, yes, they got
I
better
think
wins,
Alabama would be the best 3-loss team.
but I'm not if Alabama was ranked in the top 5, I mean, I know this is I'm playing a strong what if game here. If Alabama was ranked in the top 5 with their amount of losses and they lose today, then I would say for saving grace, cool, put them in. Because I don't believe there is what would that be? 7 more teams better than Alabama. If they was at 5 and lost, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I would say yes, let's slide Alabama in there. At 9, if you lose with 3 losses, I'm not doing this saving grace shit for Alabama. They've done that for Alabama 50 million times. I'm not doing that. You at the 9th spot and you lose again, you out.
I'm calling it now, though. I'm calling it now. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think Alabama gonna get in regardless now.
That's crazy work, bro.
Bro, listen to this. If you're on a committee, they already beat Georgia. Now, if y'all already said it, if they weren't in a conference championship game, they would be in, no question, right?
Locked, yes.
Right. All right. They're 9th. Georgia's the 3rd ranked team in the country. They're not just any team. All right. They're the 3rd ranked team in the country. Their only loss is to Alabama. Alabama got 2 losses. Now, if Alabama goes out there and loses to Georgia the same way Alabama beat Georgia by 3 or by a single score, a close game, I think Alabama could fall from 9 to 11. I think they'll do some shit like that for them. I'm just saying. I think they'll fall. I don't think they're going to fall far because, look, I think the committee is going to be looking like, all right, I'm not putting Alabama behind Vanderbilt, who they beat. I'm not putting Alabama behind Texas. I'm not putting Alabama that far back. I'm going to leave Alabama right because they just played in the conference championship game. Okay. So I think they're going to put them at like 11th or 12th. And I don't think they put it like this, I don't think they fall no further than 12th, whether they get in the playoff or not. I think they're gonna be ranked 12th at the worst.
I'm actually hearing what you're saying for real. Because listen, if you tell me if Alabama lose, right, at 9, if Alabama lose and you telling me that they still get in and Notre Dame don't, you got me. Keep them in. If I'll take an Alabama 3-loss Alabama over a Notre Dame right now, I 100% would. I 1000% would. Facts. Yeah, I would. And here's my other thing too. This is why I said it's gonna get tricky and dicey because Alabama is at 9, right? And now we playing. This is all predicated on if Alabama loses. Yeah, if Alabama loses, right? We all said that Texas Tech gonna win against BYU, who's at 11 right now, right? So if Alabama lose, BYU lose.
That's somebody out for Alabama to take their spot. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be another team out because if Texas Tech lose, they're still gonna get in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're ranked too high. They're still gonna get in. And so say BYU was to win. This is what I mean. If BYU win, that would be horrible for Alabama now because now BYU got to get in and Texas Tech got to get in.
Facts.
But if Texas Tech win like we think, BYU's gone. So that's a team right there gone. And then the teams that's right behind them, who's we saying, Vanderbilt and Utah, they're not putting them in over the team that was just in the fucking SEC championship game. They're not putting Vanderbilt in over Alabama just for the simple fact that Alabama beat them. All right. And they're not going to penalize Alabama that bad because they're the only team that beat Georgia already. If they go out there and play Georgia to a stalemate damn near and barely lose, it's like, damn, who else are we going to put in? Who else are we going to put in? I think they're going to put Notre Dame in regardless. That's a national fucking team. They're going to put they're not going to not put Notre Dame in their top 10. They're not going to not do it.
I'm willing to bet.
Whether we think they deserve it or not, they're book it. There's no scenario where they don't get in.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
I don't think so,
There's multiple scenarios. Yes, it is.
How, Tim?
They're sitting at 10 right now. Okay. Ohio State, and Indiana, win or lose, neither one of them is moving or going nowhere.
Neither one of them is going nowhere.
The Virginia and Duke game, let's watch that. That means nothing. That don't mean
it's just one team though. One team is getting out in and out of there.
Right.
One team.
Right.
Yeah, the winner's gonna get in, right? Yeah. The winner's gonna get in. Alabama, if they lose, or hold on, if Alabama win, first of all, especially
both of them in. Both of them in.
If they win, both of them is in. Okay, both of them is in. If BYU wins, they're in, and Texas Tech is in.
Okay.
Where are you putting Notre Dame?
Now that's true, but y'all don't think BYU got a chance?
No, like he's doing that. He's doing that just to keep Notre Dame out.
Hold on. flip the switch. Flip the switch.
Okay.
Let's say BYU, because of the rankings of where the shit is at, right? Let's say BYU lose. They're at 11. Okay, they lose. Alabama, win or lose. Give me one. Let's say they win. Let's say they win. Alabama and Georgia's in. Okay, Alabama would move up slightly, right? Mm-hmm. But because of that, you still got the winner of that ACC that they're getting in. So you're gonna have that's Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Bama, the winner of the ACC, and one of the mid-major teams. I didn't say Notre Dame.
You just you just named 11 teams. That 12th spot would go to Notre Dame.
You just said a mid-major team has to get in.
Yeah, okay. Tulane. It's probably going to be Tulane.
Brother, when you name those teams, you said mid-major. You named 11 teams. You named 10 regular teams plus the mid-majors, 11. Notre Dame's locked. They're going to the playoff.
Is Notre Dame the mid-major? Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying, you named 10 Power 4 teams and then said the mid-major. That's 11 teams. You still have one more that you didn't name. That goes to Notre Dame. Where Notre Dame's at, they're going to the playoff, bro. You name
because they sitting in that 10 spot.
I named 10. Okay, I missed one.
Look, they sitting in that 10 spot without that, and that's like the sweet spot for them because they ain't got no game. So they could get pushed back maybe 1 or 2 spots, or they could get pushed forward 1 or 2 spots, which they probably won't get pushed forward unless Alabama lose and shit. They ain't getting pushed forward unless Alabama lose. That's the only way because Alabama's 9th, they're 10th. Other than that, nobody's gonna fall because 8th don't play, 7th don't play, 6th don't play, 5 don't play. Yeah, they're gonna be sitting right there. They're either gonna be 10th or 9th. I hate to say it like that, but they probably gonna be there.
I'm willing to bet they don't get in.
Miami is the ones that's about to get left out in the cold.
Yes, they're out.
Because if Alabama lose, that's the question.
Yes.
If Alabama lose, Miami sitting at 12? Are you putting a 3-loss SEC champion like they lost in the SEC championship game? They're 10-3. Are you gonna put them in, or are you gonna take Miami at 10-2? I don't think Texas has a chance because they were in the SEC and they already got 3 losses.
Right.
So you're definitely not putting them over Alabama because they didn't even play in the championship game. Alabama did. Same thing with Vanderbilt. They got 2 losses, but they sitting behind Texas. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to leapfrog Texas to get to Alabama. So I think, bro, if Alabama lose, I think you got to kick. It's between Alabama and Miami. Who's going to get left out in the cold?
Yes.
If Alabama lose and BYU lose, it's going to be between Alabama and Miami. Who's getting left out in the cold? Because Tulane is getting in.
Yes.
And Notre Dame is sitting right there where they're getting in.
Right.
They're going to be on the road. They probably going to be on the road. Remember I said that. Notre Dame probably going to be on the road first round.
Yeah. No,
but they will be in.
There ain't no doubt. Now, I'm going to say one more thing about this because I was thinking about it while I was talking, is that you got Texas A&M, right? And I'm not trying to look, point blank, Bama should not be playing in the SEC championship, okay? And now listen to this. You got Texas A&M with 1 loss, right? Texas
Mhm.
A&M lost to Texas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Texas A&M lost to Texas. Alabama lost to Oklahoma. Texas beat Oklahoma. So if you look at the one loss in the conference, A&M's one loss will be better than Alabama's one loss because they lost to Texas, who beat Oklahoma, who beat Alabama. I think
Right.
Alabama
They
might have
went through
got
some
in.
tiebreakers, man. That I don't even know what
Yeah,
tiebreakers they went
it
on.
might have been namesake too. You know how this goes. I mean, it's about money too. Like who, bro? Alabama versus Georgia at the beginning of the season. D, you said it. You was like, it's gonna be Alabama versus Georgia. Okay, you called it. That's what everybody in the country wants to see, bro. At 4 o'clock today, I think that's when they play, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody in the country is gonna be watching Alabama versus Georgia. It makes
That's what I
money.
said. When
Yeah,
Tim said that they put the Ohio State game for prime time, they could have put the Alabama game for that too. I was like, yeah, they could have, but they want to sit people down at 4 o'clock too. So they
exactly,
put this game right now, and they put that
exactly.
fucking Virginia
It-
game later on.
it's money,
The
man.
amount of
Because
score watching that's gonna happen today, especially even that first game, that Texas Tech and BYU game, that's gonna be people are gonna watch it for sure. The amount of score watching that's gonna happen today is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be
right.
crazy.
Right. I just think that like my personal favorite in the Southeastern Conference is Ole Miss. Okay, they're not in it, but you can. I don't think there's an argument that Texas A&M shouldn't be in it. You know what I mean? Because if they lose, like I just keep saying, this is my last time saying it. If you put Texas A&M, man, win or lose, both of those teams are going to the playoff, and Alabama's going. But since the way they did it, if Alabama loses, especially let's say Alabama loses by 14 points. They're not going to the playoff and competed
Nah,
for the
nah.
conference championship. I think that's ludicrous, man. When you could have a team compete for the championship and still they're both locked. I think it's crazy, man.
Man, I
You
think
got
they got
two.
everything to play for, man. That's why they're gonna
Yeah,
come out today and ball. I got
I
faith
ain't
in
mad at
Alabama
that.
today.
I ain't mad at that.
I got faith in them today.
This is
All right, man.
gonna
Let's
be
move
a
on,
serious
man.
game, man.
We got Duke 7-5 on the road versus number 17 Virginia 10-2. Virginia is 4 point. They are 4 point favorites, or you can get Duke on the money line plus 150. Duke is 7-5, but they went 6-2 in the conference. Again, tiebreakers that we don't know about. Miami was 6-2, Pitt was 6-2, Georgia Tech was 6-2, SMU was 6-2. All of them got better records than Duke. None of them got in. Miami 10-2, didn't get into the ACC. Pitt 8-4, Georgia Tech 9-3, SMU 8-4, Duke 7-5. So it's tiebreakers down the line that we don't really even. We have to. I have to ask fucking Chat GPT what was the tiebreakers in the
Right.
ACC that
Right.
got Duke in there. So, but either way, Duke is here, and I will say this: their offense is for real. All right, their quarterback Mensa, Darian Mensah, 28 touchdowns, 4 picks, 3,400 yards. Damn near got 1,000 more passing yards than Virginia's quarterback. They offense been rolling though for a couple years now. That's what they do at Duke now. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much score points. So I get him a fighter's chance today. All right. I'm taking the 4.5 points if it's me. Honestly, I think Duke come out and beat them today. I'm going Duke money line. They
Damn.
already been they've been balling in the listen. They lost some games, but they wasn't losing conference games, obviously. They lost to Virginia earlier in the season 34-17. I don't think that was real. I think that 17 points is the lowest they scored outside of one other game all season. I don't think Virginia's defense is really that real. Now, again, that was a home game. They did go 7-5. They are a mediocre team. But for the plus 150 for a team that's putting up over 30 something points a game, I'm just gonna shoot my shot, take the upset pick. I don't take too many upsets. All right, this is one where I'm gonna pick my spot, man. I like Duke to win the ACC championship today,
I'm
and to go into the
surprised.
playoffs at 8-5 and piss everybody off.
Woo, boy.
Don't
I'm
even deserve to
surprised.
be there.
That's
Don't
crazy.
even deserve to be there.
Yeah. Damn.
Go ahead, Mr. Bayless.
All right. So I haven't paid much attention to either team. I can only go off of what I've seen, and I've seen Virginia play one time. I watched them play Florida State,
I
and
watched that game too.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, Virginia wins the ACC.
But that's
Okay.
when we stopped. Florida State was a good team.
Yeah, we did. No doubt.
Yeah,
No
they gave Florida
context
State their
matters.
first L, right? That was Florida State's first loss.
Yes, it was. And I tell you what, here's the thing. I wish you could take player props in college because that quarterback for Virginia runs the damn ball, man.
Yeah.
Boy, hey, that motherfucker can run. I'd take him over 50 yards rushing in this game if I could. But just like I said, I've only watched one game, and that one game impressed me with Virginia, and they've only lost 2 games all year. I'm going with Virginia money line. They win the ACC and get in the playoff. I don't know anything about Duke. Now, I will say that Duke, every year Duke hangs around. Duke reminds me of Kentucky most of the time. Like, Kentucky is that one team in the SEC that ain't great, but they will come out and play. You know what I mean? Duke
Yeah.
Duke reminds me of that, but I think ACC gets it, or Virginia gets it done.
That's fair, man.
This should have been one of them quick takes. See, I tell you what, because I don't know, like you said, and I don't know too much about either one of these teams either.
Right.
But the dope thing about the internet and notes, you look and you find numbers and you look at stuff, you know what I mean? A few weeks ago, not even a full month ago,
They
2
lost
games
to them,
ago,
34-17.
beat the dog shit out of them, 34-17 in Duke at their university. Okay, the score was 31-7 going into the fourth quarter. Oh, I'm sorry, 30. I apologize. I'm being generous. The score was 31-3 going into the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Starters, get the starters out. They're changed.
Right.
They're wearing what I'm wearing, sitting on the
Facts.
sideline. Relax.
Facts.
Okay? Duke
Yeah.
then turns around and scores 17 points, in which we like to call
17
garbage
points.
time.
17 points. This is a
And
team that's averaging.
Oh, I'm
How many
sorry. They
points are
scored
they
14
averaging per
points.
game?
14 points in the fourth quarter.
Right.
You feel me? And what we call garbage time. Okay? Nobody's worried about Duke
Mhm.
at all. This game is about to be cut and dry. Virginia gonna go out there, better team. Much going now. One thing they did to the starting quarterback Chandler Moss, Tony had 2 interceptions along with 2 passing touchdowns. I'm sure he's looking to clean that up. You know what I mean? He's probably looking to clean that up. They was just running the ball all over him. You know what I mean? You had 224 rushing yards during that game with 2 tubs. Okay, Duke didn't even have 50 yards. You didn't even have 50 rushing yards. Okay, now, granted, you had 213 passing yards. That's solid. I'll give you that. That ain't bad. You had 1 touchdown and no interceptions. That's not bad. You ain't even have 50 rushing yards. Come on, man. This
Virginia came out and balled that game. It's fair to say.
Yeah.
Now, the way you looking at it in the fourth quarter, like, oh, they pushed their starters and they scored points. That's one way to look at it because we didn't watch the
Yes.
game. Another way to look at it is they scored 14 points and found some rhythm in the fourth quarter. Now, all right, we're going to talk about Virginia. You talk about looking at schedules and wins and losses. Yes, they beat them 34-17, 17 points. Dog walked them. All right. Virginia lost to North Carolina State. North Carolina State is not a threat. They went 7-5 this year. Virginia lost to Wake Forest. Wake Forest is not a threat. They went 8-4 this year.
Facts.
Now, Duke, other than playing against by the way, Duke beat Wake Forest. They hung 49 points on Wake Forest. That's a game. That's a team that Virginia lost to. All right. But Duke has put up 49, 32, 17 versus Virginia. But again, they scored most of that in the fourth quarter. The last quarter of the game, they found some rhythm. Let me tell it. So 17. But then you get right back, 34, 45, 46. They put up 18 against Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech is the top. We thought they were a playoff team at a point in time. All right. 38 to Syracuse. 45 on that same North Carolina State team that lost to that Virginia lost to. So the 2 teams that Virginia lost to, they put up 45 plus on both of them and beat them. All right. The same 2 teams they lost to. Now I understand that they just beat Virginia. I mean that they just beat Duke. But again, it's hard to beat a team twice in college football. And the one thing that I've known from Duke all season is they average damn near 40 a game. And they only put up 17 that game, and they didn't find no rhythm until late in the game. I think Duke's offense, and they clearly have the best. Their quarterback has over 1,000 yards, almost 1,000 yards more passing than Virginia's quarterback. So, yeah, the quarterback position is the most important position on the field. So if he comes to play today like he didn't last time, and if the defense can just be functional versus Virginia's run game, because all they got is a run game. That's a hell of a run game. It is.
Right.
But that's still all they got. You can't go on Virginia's schedule. Name me a team on Virginia's schedule that you're going to say, wow, that they beat. here are the best teams that Virginia beat all year. They beat Cal. They beat Virginia Tech. They beat Louisville in overtime.
That's a good
Florida
one.
State's trash. That's it. And then Duke. Duke is the best. Duke might be the best team they beat all year. If you want me to be honest with you,
I'm
if
not
you
gonna
really look
let
at their schedule, who's the best team they beat on this list? What are these other teams on their schedule playing for?
I'm not gonna let you being extra slick. You being slick. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Just
I'm
tell
not
me
gonna,
what the other teams that again, I'm gonna say it before I let you go. They beat they put up 45 plus on the two teams that beat Virginia.
yeah.
And I just named you. Name a credible win that Virginia has. Their only credible win is Duke.
Well,
Okay.
real quick, Tim, I'm gonna let you go. I just gotta throw this in there real quick, okay?
Go ahead,
Because we
brother.
know
Go ahead.
I understand Florida State's trash, right? But we understand it's a long season, okay? When you're coming off of beating Alabama, you got all the momentum. You got all that. That was at the time it was a good Florida State team. You just beat Alabama, then you go into Virginia and lose. They wasn't a bad team at that time.
So let's not shit on Alabama for losing to Florida State then. When we
Not
keep
at
saying,
all.
but they lost to Florida State. But it was a good team at the time.
Facts.
I
wish.
Hey, I got to defend them.
That's fair. That's fair, D. And we've used that argument before that at the time when they beat them at the
Right.
time. Florida State was definitely a credible win at the time. You know what I'm saying?
It
So,
was.
go ahead. And if you had some more, you got.
No, that was it. But no, and D, I'm gonna say this. I don't fault Alabama for losing to Florida State at all. It was at the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? If you're gonna lose first game, that's the best time to lose. You know what I mean? I don't down them for that. I just don't think they should be playing in the conference championship game. I do think they should be in the playoffs, but that's a whole nother thing. Go ahead, Tim.
We gotta quickly move on here, so I don't want to take too much time. But I just want to say here, D, I can't let you get away with that, brother. Besides the Florida State with the whole at the time thing, I get it, and Duke, I get it that Virginia has not had a credible win. I get that. That's fair. The ACC itself, especially this year, ain't too much credible, ain't inside of itself in general. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. But granted, you can't tell me that you can't point out my two losses, right? Now I get it. You beat those teams that I lost to. I get that. You can't point out those two losses.
45 plus on those two teams.
Fair. You can't point out my two losses, but we gonna sit here and completely ignore the 5 losses that
They 7-5. I said all they got is the high-powered offense. That's all they got is the high-powered offense.
You got the 5 losses, and then the wins that you got, although yes, you beat the team that I lost to, they not credible either. So you ain't got no credible.
So what does that say about Virginia? If y'all losing to teams that ain't credible.
Right, so I can't go. So that's what I'm saying. So let's schedule.
So they could lose to Duke. It says they could lose to Duke. If they losing to teams that ain't credible, they could lose to these boys.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
What it tells me is that all of these both teams, because like I said, the conference itself ain't credible inside of itself. So what it tells me is let's scratch all of that. None of that matters to me. But what do matter to me is the one head-to-head matchup that we got. We got that. We can at least point that. I don't care who I lost to and you beat them. No. Like we do with S-Dot, like our bro S-Dot do. What about when me and you played? What happened when me and you played? Don't tell me.
They put up 17 or 14 in the fourth and found something in the last quarter of the game. They look like the normal team that they are the last quarter. So I think they're gonna get right back to that.
I don't got the proof of it, but if the score was 31-3, I would assume that the starters and everybody was out in the fourth. I didn't watch the game. I didn't see it, so
they don't just start the game and just put everybody on the bench at the start of the fourth quarter. Like, all right, everybody sit down. They don't do that. They finished it. They put them eventually, like maybe the last drive or two. But teams don't just do that unless they went up 56-3. All right, it was 31-3. And they gave up 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
So we got to quit assuming that they was just the starters that was out. We don't know.
No, we don't know. But we
don't know.
A lot 31-3. I mean,
either way, whether the starters was out or not, it was the starting quarterback for BYU who got confidence scoring 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. He's known for putting up 40 plus on the team. Virginia's known for losing to teams they shouldn't lose to. Duke is going to be one of Duke is their best win of the season. I think Duke gets it. I think Duke hang hang a 30 ball on them today, maybe even a 40 ball. They
So
bet.
so you take more from 14 in the fourth before you'll take the 31 in the first three.
When neither one of us watched the game to see how these points were scored, yes.
Mhm.
Had I watched that game and I just watched it, what happened? I don't know what happened. For all I know, Duke's players fumbled 2 fumbles that the quarterback didn't do or something. For all I know, because he only had 5 picks on the year. So for all I know, shit happened that they got behind early that might not have been his fault. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't watch the game. I'm coming on here live saying I didn't watch that game. No, I don't think nobody fucking watched fucking Duke and Virginia 3 weeks ago. All right. So what I'm saying is I'm not going by just off paper, but if I'm going by off paper, the same way you are, to help my argument, they scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. Virginia didn't. So it looks to me like they start finding something the last quarter, and then they kept it going the next 2 games because they hung 40 back-to-back games after that. And now here we are again. So I think their offense is going to keep rolling. That's just me. And it's not like hold on. It ain't like I'm on some island. They only 4.5 point underdogs. They only plus 150 on the money line. Vegas ain't just wrong completely. And for a team that just lost dog walk, as you put it, Vegas certainly thinks it's going to be close because they got it at 4.5 points. They don't have it no 17-point spread at 34-17 game. So, and I think if it's going to be a close game, I'm rolling with the better quarterback and the better passing game. Those are my reasons. The same way you can make an argument on paper, I can make an argument on paper because neither one of us watched the game to say what exactly happened. Had I seen the game and I seen like, oh, Virginia ran the ball down their throat, they couldn't stop it, and the quarterback came out there, he didn't know what to do. They kept punting the ball. I don't know what happened. I didn't see the drive for drive.
I'm asking you.
I haven't watched no Duke football all year. The only Virginia game I watched was the Florida State game. I just been watching Virginia. My bad. I just been a box score watcher. I see Duke with 40 points every week. I see their quarterback as a dog.
Let me ask you this real quick, and I'm asking you this as a legit question because I don't know. How do you know that? Is it statistics as to why you say Duke has a better offense than Virginia? Is it due to statistics?
They have a better passing game. Their quarterback has almost 1,000 yards more passing than Virginia's quarterback. They have a better passing game. His touchdown to interception ratio is better than Virginia's. His is 28 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,400 yards. Virginia, 14 touchdowns for Morris, 7 interceptions, 2,500 yards. He's not throwing the ball. Now, they haven't had to a lot of games, but apparently when they lose to some of those average teams, they couldn't throw the ball to get the lead or to come back. So I feel like if there's a team that can put points up on them, it would be Duke. It's not going to happen like last game. I don't think they're going to come out here and just not have 3 points going into the fourth quarter. They scored 14 in the fourth, right? So they're going to pick up and they're going to look at film just like Virginia looking at film. They're going to rewrite some shit, and they have the better quarterback, passing-wise.
Let me throw something out there real quick. This is to the viewers. This is to my brothers. This is why I love this show. This was supposed to be a quick take. This game for me was supposed to be nap time today. Okay, it's supposed to be. Hey, I'm sleeping for the big games. Now I'm gonna be watching this game with more interest probably than the other ones because of this debate right here. I love this shit.
You're gonna want to see that quarterback. You want to watch him go out there today.
I appreciate
watch him go out there today.
Man,
unfortunately, it's on at the same time as the Ohio State game, so I'm more. Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll probably be score watching than actually watching it itself.
Okay.
But I'm definitely interested for sure.
I am too, bro. I am too. And
I believe Virginia in the landslide. I'll be shocked.
You just accidentally
a landslide. Remember what I said? The spread is at 4.5. He got it by 10.5.
I took a money line. I took Virginia money line, but no, I'm not betting no blowout.
I mean, maybe somebody, because again, like we said, we all agree we didn't watch that game. Maybe somebody played or didn't play rather. Maybe somebody didn't play in that game, or maybe somebody played.
I'm calling it what it is. Duke is 7-5. They're a mediocre team with a good offense.
Right.
I'm just saying. Virginia is not no. Virginia aren't world beaters. They've lost to mediocre teams. Right. For that conference to be so mediocre, they sure enough took 2 mediocre L's. All right, to North Carolina State and Wake Forest. So, and again, I don't put too much stock in it, but Duke did beat those teams. They hung 45 on those teams. They hung 40 on a lot of teams. Other than Virginia, but Virginia can give up points too. Duke just didn't do it that game.
No, that's a good
So
point, bro. That's a good point. I mean, if Duke won this game, I wouldn't be surprised. After listening to the stats, after listening to what their offense does, and after listening to who Virginia's lost to, I wouldn't be surprised. We have to remember here that these two teams, I'm not taking nothing away from them, they're playing in this conference championship games because the teams that were supposed to be there kept falling on their face. I
kept
mean,
falling on your face.
it was supposed to be Miami and Georgia Tech. You know what I mean? And they messed up. Now, whoever wins this game, kudos to them.
And those two games that Virginia lost to, I mean, first of all, they were close. Number one, both
But
of
those
them.
teams are mediocre. I'm not saying this is gonna be a blowout. I'm not saying this is gonna be a blowout.
Right, right.
Yeah, I granted mediocre, but let me ask you this: if they do what we said they should have done, they would have been undefeated. I mean, if Virginia maybe not better than maybe what we think that they are. I mean, I'm just
Tim, name what's their best win on their season? Tell me the best team. Just tell me the best team that they beat. What's in your opinion on their schedule? What's the best team they beat all year?
I mean, you would.
Yeah.
Looking at their schedule, I mean, I would obviously. I see number 8 Florida, so I would obviously. But that's not
number who?
At the time. So I'm saying you say look at the schedule. I'm saying at the time it was number 8 Florida, but
Florida State.
Florida State.
Okay.
Florida State. But all right, if you want to say Florida State is their best win on the season, that says everything we need to know. The season is complete. Forget at the time. We see what Florida State is. We see what everybody on their schedule is. That's the best win. That's the best win.
The ACC itself is trash. I mean, there's a reason why Miami ain't even
Virginia's in the ACC. That's what I'm saying. So when you say the ACC itself, they're one of those teams too. They lost to 2 trash teams. The ACC itself is trash. So I can see Duke. Anybody could win today. It's the fucking ACC.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, Virginia lost to anybody. Duke lost to anybody. Duke got a better quarterback. I'm just rolling with the quarterback. Shit. That's all. My only argument. It's my only argument.
No, I understand. I just know that my only argument is that once we get dicey into the schedules and all
they
that. They
played each other. They played. They won. That's a good argument. That is a good argument. They played. They won. That's a good argument. Right. That don't mean you throw that argument out the door with Alabama, Georgia, but that's a good argument. You feel me?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because they played and they won at Georgia, but everybody got Georgia today. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not throwing it out.
Yeah, it's championship time. I love this shit, man. I love this shit.
Yeah, these arguments be going.
You got it, man. You got it, man. Let's get to this last one, man.
We can get to the last game, man, because we'll be here all day.
Right.
We'll be here all day, man. We got number 2, Indiana, undefeated, versus number 1, Ohio State, undefeated. Ohio State are 4-point favorites, or you can get Indiana if you crazy, plus 164 on the money line. That should be higher. That should be like plus 300. But plus 164 on the money line for Indiana. Ant Bayless, you done went to 3 Ohio State football games this year. You done seen Julian Super Saiyan play in person more than anybody. 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Mendoza got 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Yes. The quarterback matchup is a split. It's a push. Obviously, we think Ohio State has the better defense. I'm going to you first, Ant Bayless. Talk to me nice.
So I don't know if you guys knew this, but as of right now, and you know we got one game left. Julian Sand is the most Heisman, but he's the most efficient passer in history up to this point. 80% completion percentage. Okay, he passed Bo Nix for all time as far as accuracy. I think Vegas really got this wrong. I got Ohio State winning 13 to 18 points today. It's not going to be close. I watched Indiana go to Penn State. It wasn't a away game, and I mean they won on a last second touchdown pass. You know what I mean? It was we dog walked Penn State. That was an easy, boring game. You got Julian Sand, you got Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Brendan Ennis, Bo Jackson, Peoples. I mean, the offense is just as stacked as the defense. I don't think this is going to be a close game. We're going to get to see who Indiana really is today, and it's not going to be close, man. 13, 18 points. I think Julian Sand wins the Heisman Trophy today. That's all I got.
Yeah, that sounds about right, man. You ain't gonna get no argument from me. I definitely got the on my ticket when we get to it. I got Ohio State by 4.5, I think, or 4 points. I took them for the. I think they win by a touchdown or better. Like it ain't no way.
Yeah.
If not, Indiana come out and shock the world. They come out and shock the world. It'll be something to see.
Right.
It'll be something to see. Put it like
Yeah.
that, because both teams are still getting in the playoff.
Right.
But that would say more about Indiana than it would about Ohio State, because I think Ohio State's been here before. Whether if they were to go out and lose, like I said, it would be some fucking Rocky versus Apollo type shit.
Yep.
If Indiana was to win this game. And then the funny thing is, Ohio State has lost before and then went into the playoffs. So they're not. They've done it multiple times and won championships.
Yep.
Like their last 2 championships, I think they had losses, right? When Cardale Jones took over, didn't they already have a couple L's on their record, or at least
I believe,
one? Right?
yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So a loss is not going to affect them going forward in the playoff.
No.
Indiana, otherwise, though, if they go out here and get blew out, this might affect how they think they can play versus the other big schools when the playoffs come.
Exactly.
Like, say Indiana gets blown out by Ohio State today, they might just go lay an egg versus fucking Notre Dame or Oklahoma, because that's a reasonable matchup. I can see them playing Oklahoma in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh,
They might go out there and get smacked by Oklahoma after that.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Indiana, this
God.
game is going to say more about Indiana. It's going to show us how close they keep it. It's going to tell me where I need to gauge them going forward in the playoff.
Right.
But there's no way they win the game today.
Not at all.
If they win the game today, this is Rocky 2 when Rocky beat Apollo.
Right.
He
right.
lost in the first one.
Yep.
So this may very well be Rocky 1, and they just go out here and play a good game and, lose at the end, lose on the card like Rocky did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their best case scenario. But yeah, go ahead, Boomer Sooner.
Listen, 7 0 9 6 3 16 0 14 10 10 9 9. A team has not scored 17, let alone 20, on this Ohio State defense. Okay? I remember there's a stat, if I'm not mistaken, like the 02 Ravens or the 2000 Ravens, I'm sorry. Then they was averaging like 10 points a game. That defense was like some crazy like that. That's basically what I'm looking at right here. That's basically what I'm looking at right here. A team hasn't scored 17, let alone 20 points against that Ohio State defense. Okay. However, other than Texas, Ohio State scored first game of the season, scored 14. Everything after that, 70, 37, 24, 42, 34, 34, 38, 34, 48, 42, and then 27 last week against Michigan. So not only are we shutting teams down, but we also putting a high volume amount of points on you. I mean, when you got Bo Jackson in the backfield, when you got Tate on the one side, and then you look over to the other side, and you got Smith over there. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Heisman winner, that's the Heisman future winner, that's orchestrating it all with arguably the best offensive and defensive line in the country.
Yes.
The DBs is DB University right now with my guy Caleb Downs, who was one of my favorite players on the defense right now. Okay? And shout out, we just got Chris Harris Jr. Shout out to he's on the way. Shout out next year. Can't wait to see him next year. But Ohio State, I mean, we just got a plethora of weapons on both offense and defense to where it's like, what are you going to do? You want to run the ball? Cool. Go ahead and run it. We shutting that down. You want to throw the ball? Cool. Go ahead and throw it. We locking that up. There's nothing you can do. And then you want to try to stack the box for us? Fine. We got 2 dogs on the outside with a solid tight end that's handling his business. With the quarterback, that's the most efficient quarterback in the league. We don't give it up. Listen, man.
All right, so look. Y'all don't give it up. This is fact. Ohio State is top tier. Now, to play devil's advocate for the Indiana fan out there. All right, Mendoza has been the leading passer in every game he's played in this season. So whatever that's worth, every team he's played against, he's been the leading passer, whatever quarterback he's going up against. Now, when you talk about defense, surprisingly, Indiana's defense, 14, 9, 0, 10, 15, 20 on the road to Oregon. 13, 6, 10, 24 at Penn State on the road.
Right.
7, 3. So they've only gave up 20 points two times all year, and it's been to 2 teams on the road. Now, they gave it up to Penn State, But again, this is Indiana team. You can't expect them to be Ohio State and to win the way Ohio State has because they don't have the tradition that Ohio State has.
Right.
They're not they're satisfied with just being able to go into Penn State this year and get the win
Yeah,
because
for
they
sure.
haven't been able to do that for fucking 10, 20 years consistently.
Right.
They're satisfied to be able to go into Oregon and get the win and only give up 20 points. That's huge for them. And outside of Oregon and Penn State, nobody did nothing. Now, I would be the first to say their Big Ten schedule, they had a Big Ten schedule, but they dominated it the way they should have.
Yeah.
You want to say they didn't play nobody? They didn't play nobody. But they damn sure didn't let them do nothing either, all right? Like, they didn't let those teams do nothing either. Like, say what you want to say about Illinois, they beat them 63-10 just to make sure.
Yes.
Say what you want to say about UCLA, they beat them 56-6 just to make sure. 55-10 over teams, 56-3 over teams. I'm with Ohio State like you is. But what scares me is, not scares me, but what the path for them having a close game is their defense. If their defense, because Ohio State's defense is going to give Mendoza problems. If Indiana's defense plays like they've been playing all year, because they play Oregon and beat Oregon. Oregon's a playoff team, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So say they held Oregon to 20 points. I'm not saying Ohio State is Oregon at all, but what I'm saying is if they can keep Ohio State in the 20s, because nobody's got over 24 on them all season, and it's only happened in the 20s twice. So Ohio State's probably going to get somewhere like 28 points. You know what I'm saying? 28 to 30, maybe close to 30. They might be the first team to drop 30. But if Indiana's defense can keep Ohio State in the 20s, this game, that's their only path to keeping this a close game. And Indiana has defense. Like they clearly have a defense. So that's my only worry is I seen Ohio State struggle versus Texas's defense, but that was game one.
Right.
That was game one. There were a lot of drops. But Indiana, this is the first comparable defense that they've played because Michigan's defense didn't live up to par all season.
No.
This is probably the next best defense they've played since Texas's defense. Would y'all agree?
Yeah, and I gotta give it up to Indiana. I mean, if you really think about it, going into the season, we thought Oregon was going to be the team. Oregon or Penn State was going to be where Indiana is right now. Indiana is undefeated. So
and they beat Oregon at Oregon.
Exactly. They beat Oregon at Oregon, and I believe they did it. They did it in overtime, or it was double overtime, something crazy. But they went into Eugene and won. So I mean,
no, they went straight up 30-20. They beat Penn
30-20.
State in overtime. It was overtime.
Okay, that's right. But no, you got to give Indiana all the credit in the world, bro. Kurt Signetti has turned Indiana into a football school. They made it to the playoffs last year. They're going to the playoffs this year. Not only playoffs, they're going to the Big Ten championship. Undefeated. You got to give them all the credit in the world. Indiana is now making the Big Ten stronger than they were in the past because Indiana wasn't nothing in the past. You know what I mean? I give it up to them. But like you said, they just ain't Ohio State yet. You know what I mean? Or I ain't going to say yet. They're just not Ohio State.
If Sam makes this look easy, this is his chance to win the Heisman tonight.
Yes,
8 o'clock.
yes.
This is his chance to just win the Heisman right here.
Yeah, you got the top two. You know, there's 4 candidates that go to New York. The top 2 are going head to head.
Head to head. And if he make it look easy,
right. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I believe he gonna make it easy. And D, you said we all agree here, so my rebuttal won't be as strong because we all at the end of the day we all agree.
Yeah, that was for the Indiana fan. That's like they got defense too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For sure. However, here what I would say is basically to your last point about to the last segment about scheduling and stuff like that. Or Indiana schedule, like, and you did mention it. Indiana schedule ain't all that strong and to begin with. And the one team that they had what looked like somewhat of a battle with, which was Oregon. I believe, especially this year, Ohio State is both offensively and defensively head and shoulders above Oregon.
Yeah.
Miles ahead above, in my opinion. Now, am I being a homer with that? That's possible. I may be, but I just believe that Ohio State, the weapons that we have, you let Oregon put up 20 points on you, I can only imagine what we're gonna do to you. And if you want to,
but you got to remember though, too. Oregon only has, because we can't just disrespect them. They only have one loss all year. They're still Oregon, and that loss came to Indiana.
Yes.
Nobody else in the Big Ten did it. They didn't play Ohio State, but nobody else. USC couldn't do it. Iowa looked good. They couldn't do it. But again, Oregon's schedule. I guess if they don't play Ohio State or Michigan or somebody, it's like we're gonna say their schedule is soft. That just shows you why the SEC is better than the Big Ten because they had a Big Ten schedule, but we're gonna say their schedule was weak because Ohio State's not on there. You know what I'm saying? Because when I name the Big Ten teams that Oregon played, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, Washington, Wisconsin, Rutgers, Penn State, and Indiana. Yeah, it's not like a SEC schedule. When you name them SEC teams,
Right.
like you get credible. So the fact that we even saying these teams got weak schedules and they're in the Big Ten just shows you that the Big Ten just ain't what it's not the SEC yet. It's not the SEC yet. I'm sorry, man. It's not the best.
I disagree, but you know, it is what it is.
Bro,
It's
when
not,
you
man.
team for
It's
team, bro, it's not.
not.
Like
It's
that's how we.
not.
That's why the schedules this week. Did Oregon play anybody this year? USC,
not.
Minnesota, Iowa.
USC was ranked most of the year. Okay, keep
But who is USC comparable? All right, USC or Vanderbilt?
I mean, that's probably a good game.
That's probably a great game, but that's my point. Vanderbilt is on the outside looking in. 14th.
Okay,
They're not the top 4 SEC team this year.
It's
And
not,
USC is a top 4 Big Ten.
Bro, what are you
team.
talking about? Man, all right. Sam,
now
don't
listen,
do that, bro.
I would say
Hold
Ohio
on, because
State.
I'm saying it's 4 teams in the SEC above them right now.
Okay,
You got
so-
Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M. Who's the other 4 team in the SEC? That's that.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. It's 4 teams ahead, and those are 4 playoff teams right now, technically right now. And then
all right,
Texas is ranked above them, so that's 5 teams. They're 6th in the SEC right now.
Man,
I feel
it's
you.
not,
I feel you.
brother.
This is what I'm
It's
gonna
not.
say. No, because Oklahoma, we already talked about. I can't wait till next week because they're going home in the first round. Like
They're not.
they're going home in the first round. Indiana will dog walk Oklahoma. Let's be serious about that.
I think that's what we're gonna get if Indiana
And
loses.
honestly, here's the thing.
Can't
People
wait.
Whoa, no. People are sleeping on Oregon. Oregon would dog walk Oklahoma.
I think
all I
I'm
can say
taking
is
Oregon
this.
over Oklahoma.
If you want to take the SEC as a conference as a whole, you know, people go
As a
off
whole.
namesake, that's fine. That's
As a
fine.
whole.
I'm just gonna say this: the national champion comes from the Big Ten this year for the third year in a
Yeah,
row.
that's
For the third
facts,
year in a
bro.
row. For the third year in a row.
Facts.
Third year in a row.
Facts.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
No,
Because
yeah,
they're
no.
at the top. Yeah, at the top.
Yeah,
But
they
as a
got the
whole,
best
when you
team.
go
Facts.
Bro.
10 teams deep, y'all can't go 10 teams deep.
I'm just gonna say this: if you put Indiana or Oregon in the SEC, they're gonna be in the same spot they're in now.
I do not think they
That's all
they
I'm
got
saying.
one loss. I don't think
That's
they
all-
only got one loss.
Oregon's dangerous.
Could
They're
you-
dangerous.
I don't
You think-
think
so
Indiana. I don't think
This year's
Indiana-
Ole Miss team could compete. I think
Facts.
Vanderbilt could compete.
I don't know about
I think
them.
Alabama, Georgia could compete.
Come on.
Texas could compete.
What are you talking about,
Texas,
Tim?
We can't
Texas
be-
only. Hey, remember, Texas only lost 14-7 to the Buckeyes. So
That's
you
a
know
whole
Shout
Texas.
out for Ohio State, brother, but we can't be naive to the entire Big Ten, bro. We can't, bro.
What are you talking about, bro? Look, Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, and USC's a good team. USC's a good team. Penn State
But
fell
look,
on
though,
their face.
The fact that
Tim, what are we
USC is
talking
the
about,
4th
Tim?
best team. USC is the 4th best team. They're on
Okay.
Vanderbilt's level.
Okay.
Vanderbilt is the 6th best team in the SEC.
Right.
Would
But
you knock
if
it
you go
off?
to the SEC, there's three powerhouse teams in the SEC. There's 3. You got Alabama, Georgia, and Texas or Ole Miss. Texas A&M, man. All right, let's. You want to talk about not playing anybody all year? Who did Texas A&M play this year? Texas, and they lost. That's
you
the
better
one
watch
team
your
they played.
mouth. You better watch your mouth.
Who else?
If you're gonna put Alabama in there, I know there's somebody else you better put in there. You better watch your mouth.
Bro, Oklahoma's trash. They're fucking trash. I can't wait till next week. But okay, it's fine. Look, I'm just gonna say this: if you got 3 powerhouse teams from the SEC, and I mean, come on, bro, you're gonna really try to throw Oklahoma in there because they got lucky and beat Alabama? Are we serious?
Rocky.
They got lucky and beat Alabama. Come on, man.
Alabama
Bro,
in
let me ask you
Tuscaloosa?
something. Tim, let me ask you something. Who's a better team, Oklahoma or Alabama? Straight up, who's a better team?
Who won?
Who's
Oklahoma.
a
They
better? No, answer
played.
my question first. Answer my question first.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's better than Alabama.
Alabama
beat
better than
them.
Oklahoma. They beat
Bro,
them, but
Bro,
they
they beat them. They beat them. Okay,
There's
I
no way.
understand that.
Hold on, guys. There's no way.
So you're telling me the better team always wins? The better team always wins?
And D, both of y'all. Come on now. And D, you say this best all the time. When we be talking shit to each other, like in the game or something like that, when we talking shit and there's only one way to find out. What do we say, D?
load it up, play head to head.
Load it up. and run it and play. They did it. That's all I can go by. They did it.
So let me ask you something. And I got to do this. Because the better team doesn't always win. Who the Eagles lost to this year?
Name one team. I got one. I got one better for him. Is Texas better than Oklahoma?
Is Texas better than Oklahoma?
No.
Is Texas better than Oklahoma?
No, they're not.
They whooped y'all ass earlier.
Exactly.
Is Texas better than Oklahoma?
They beat them.
Oh, hey, let's get to these tickets, man. Tim, you dead wrong.
Let's get to these tickets, man. For sure, man. All right, brothers. I got a almost Hail Mary for everybody today, man, because I picked the 4-pack. I went with all the conference championship games. All right.
Oh yeah.
So in my first game, man, I took it was the BYU game. I took BYU plus 16.5, playing against Texas Tech. I told y'all my logic earlier. I think that BYU comes to play this game. I don't think they win, but I don't think they lose by 22 points again either. All right, like they got to come out there and play. They were the second best team in the Big 12 all year. I think they can just keep it within 16 points. All right, lose by 2 touchdowns, be admirable. All right, I got Duke plus 7.5 we're playing Virginia. We already talked about this. We went back and forth on this. Me and Tim pulling teeth. I'm taking them plus 7.5. They got the better passing game. I think they're gonna put up some points today. They're known for putting up points. They already lost to this team once. They figured something out in the second half or in the fourth quarter. Let me tell it. So I think they keep it close, even if they lose. Plus 7.5. That's what I'm standing on right there. That's my argument. Plus 7.5. All right. Ohio State versus Indiana, Big Ten championship. I got Ohio State minus 3.5. For all the reasons I already named. I think Ohio State just rolled today. I think Indiana they ain't graduated to this yet. This is gonna be the best team that Indiana played all year. This is gonna be the best team Ohio State played all year. But Ohio State is above everybody, head and shoulders above the rest of the college football this season. So unless Indiana's defense shows up, Indiana don't stand too much of a chance today. Then my last game, I got Alabama plus 3.5 playing Georgia. The spread was Georgia minus 1.5. So since they want to make Alabama the underdogs, like they didn't already beat them, so apparently they're the better team, going off of my man Tim's logic. So Alabama, the better team, because they already loaded it up. I'm taking them plus 3.5 with the points. I think Vegas got it wrong. So I put those 4 legs together, plus a little boost. And I know whatever website you own or whatever betting app you own is going to have a boost on there. Mine's is on DraftKings. It got it boosted up from 641 to plus 834. So $15 will get you 140. I put 15 on it for 140. Y'all know I'm Mr. Double Up, so I don't normally do tickets like this. This is damn near Hail Mary. But Alabama plus 3.5. Ohio State minus 3.5. Duke plus 7.5. BYU plus 16.5. This is the underdog special plus Ohio State. I'm rocking with it. I don't need to know what y'all like because I know y'all got Georgia. I'm insane. All right, go against all the fucking arguments we made today. But whatever. Go ahead, Ant.
All right. Go ahead, Will. Throw that up there for me. All right. I got a 4-pick parlay. It is a Hail Mary for sure. First off, I got Texas Tech money line. I'm not going to bet the spread. I just think Texas Tech is a better team. Second, I got Georgia to win by 7-12. That seems like a good winning margin to me. I mean, they at least win by a touchdown, I believe. SEC champs, first round bye. Ohio State, I got 13 to 18 points on the winning margin. I think they go out and handle business and show us who we know they are. And then I got Virginia on the money line. That's a 4-pick parlay, and that is plus 7,285. $25 is going to get you 1,800.
Ooh,
Crazy ticket.
What? That's
a banger. I'm gonna need you to put that link in the chat.
Please.
I want to watch you win 1,800, and I think, damn, and won 1,800. I ain't making a bet on that. I don't even agree with the fucking ticket. Make sure you send that link to our chat.
I got you.
Please,
sure,
that's
for
a
sure.
steal to me. I agree with everything on that ticket, man. I go with
Look,
everything.
he over there thirsty. You see his reaction to your ticket versus mine?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Niggas is in a cord over there.
Hey, now don't get me wrong. I made that ticket a couple days ago, so you know how the odds will change.
Oh, okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put it in the chat, but I made that ticket earlier in the week, so
Yeah, but with the way you got those, that 7 to 12 points wins and stuff, that shit's still gonna be
right,
plus money.
Man,
right, for sure,
what?
for sure.
Yeah, link that for sure.
Hey, I
It's
gotta
just
say,
gonna hurt
bro.
watching Bama kick that game-winning field goal. Like, damn, man,
Hey,
this ticket would have hit. Damn.
you know what? After this show, bro, I wouldn't even be mad because man, I think this is probably one of the best shows we've had. I'm looking at the time; we're at an hour and a half. I don't know if the Saturday shows ever went to an hour and a half.
Nah,
Great,
man.
great show, great debates, bro. This is what it's all about. Conference, it's championship football, man. You know what I mean?
Championship week, man, for
And
sure.
like D always says, this is from a fan's perspective. So if we win an hour and a half today, that just means the fans are excited. You know what I mean? And that's what we are. So I
Sorry,
appreciate it.
Will. Sorry, brother.
Yes, sir, man. But y'all seen the tickets, man. We gonna post them on the page. Go ahead or just rewind the video, go back and check the tickets out if you want to tell these bets, man. Again, I'm not gonna be that adamant because these ain't double ups. So it's not guaranteed money. When I got guaranteed money on there, boy, I'm stressing that y'all go follow these bets.
Yeah.
Mine's almost Hail Mary. Ants is definitely a Hail Mary from his own 10-yard line. So
Yeah. Right.
hey, good luck, brother. I'm gonna tell the bet, like I said, man. Go ahead, Ant. Let me get your final words, man.
Final words, bro. Hey, if y'all thought this week was good, wait till the playoffs, man. I mean, me and Tim we might take half the show talking about how Oklahoma's gonna go home in the first round. But nah, it was a great show. It's only gonna get better. I'm having fun, and I appreciate y'all. OH.
IO. Don't forget your merch. Don't forget your merch, man. We got all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Good pins is on the way. Right, Will? Pins is on the way.
Pins is on the way. We got beanies, jackets, all of that. The weights.
But the pins is on the way.
Yes, sir.
Most important, we're gonna get them damn pins in there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no, yeah, this was fun, man. This was fun today, man. Man, we didn't get a chance to get a show in this week for the weekly show for the NBA show. So you know, it was it's been a whole week. Damn near it felt, you know, since the last time, you know, got to hang out with you guys. So man, you know, much love and respect. You know what I mean? This was fun, man. Can't wait for the day, man, to watch these games. It's gonna be a blast, man. Can't wait.
For sure, y'all. Hey, shout out to the guys, man. Never made it shop with us. If you want to support the show, we'll put the link in the comments for you. Make sure you go check it out. All right. Like he said, we got jackets, hoodies, beanies, pins on the way. A lot of that. All right. A lot of that. The weights. All right, man. Shout out to Ant Bayless. Shout out to Delgado. Shout out to Will on the ones and twos. All right, man. Shout out to the chat. We didn't get to pay y'all too much attention because we was going back and forth today. But shout out to the chat. Shout out Jimmy. Shout out Mom Dukes over there. All right. Shout out my pops. Shout out Will. Shout out to consistency. All right.
Ryan,
never made it,
brother. You in there? Seen him in there?
Yes, sir. Shout out to Ryan, man.
Oh yeah.
Never made it, man. We out of here.
Peace. See y'all in the morning.
Hawkeyes.